welcome to our fabric and craft store. Can I help you with something? Okay. Okay, so you're working on a project? Very nice. Have you, very cool. Okay, have you made any clothes based off of a pattern before? No? Just some other sewing projects? Okay. Well, this will be fun. Now you said you had already purchased the pattern and the main fabric for your dress. Well, I don't make dresses myself, but I do help a lot of people here with their projects and getting their fabric cut, and they love telling me what they're working on, so I will, do the best I can, but I'm sure you'll pick beautiful fabric for the accents here. So, do you mind if I take a look? Okay. Beautiful pattern that you've picked out here. What is this dress going to be for? Wow. So these are hopefully going to be your bridesmaids' dresses if they turn out well. That's great. Yeah, so this is like a prototype. Very cool. I like this. I wouldn't mind having this if I was going to, like, the Grammys or something, or the Oscars. So let's take a look here. Now, were you thinking of going and, making it pretty close to the picture? Mm-hmm. Okay. What kind of wedding theme are you having? Fantasy. Well, I bet your bridesmaids will look just like princesses. It's very generous of you to let them look as lovely as you on that day, although I'm sure you're quite attractive, beautiful yourself. I'm sure you'll make a lovely bride, so congratulations on that. So, were you planning to add the shawl piece as well? Not sure? Okay. Yeah, that's what you're looking at the fabrics for now, sure. Okay. Let's take a look. It looks like this pattern is for sizes right here, sizes 6 through 16, and if you do need to go larger or smaller for any of your bridesmaids, then you can always let us know in the store if you need some assistance with calculations. But if they're all within those sizes, then you can pretty much, use these as a guide and of course measure to their specific different measurements. So let's take a look. a little confusing because look how much paper it comes with. But that's okay, you'll get there. Do you have a friend that sews? Your mom? Okay, so you'll have plenty of help then. But yeah, they do give you quite a few different variations to go with, so that is why there's so much paperwork here, okay? But you're not going to have to use all of it, you only have to use what you decide to go with, so. Now these two pieces here are pretty much showing the different pieces you would need depending if you decide to go with, what parts. Aside from the pictures that you saw on the front, these are some other ideas they give to you. So add a band at the top, or add this lovely accent in a separate fabric from your main fabric. And then here's the shawl piece if you wanted to go with that. You can do it in a strapless, I think that's down here, and a ribbon at the neck. You could go with 2 shoulder straps. You could also go with just like spaghetti strap or halter, which is always a really nice, elegant neck usually at a wedding, and looks good on most body types. So the rest of it is going to be information, and this will tell you how to do the different, up and down changes that you need for the different sizes of your bridesmaids. And then this is just information about the cutting layouts, cutting directions for folded and double layer fabric, place fabric with right side inside, and pin pattern on wrong side of fabric. And then for single layer, you pin the pattern on the right side of the fabric. Pattern pieces may interlock more closely. For smaller sizes, cut notches out from the cutting line. So again, if you do have any problems understanding this, lean on your mom. Otherwise, you're always welcome to call the store as well. And I'm so happy to help with your projects. We also do have some classes for this. I believe we may have one coming up for wedding dresses, so a lot of those tips might apply to the bridesmaids' dresses, so you may want to check that out, and it is a free class. We have both free and some that have a nominal fee, but I think either one of those would be great if you're new. So here's the sewing directions for those pieces, and down here is some of the cutting layouts. So that's again just various instructions. So, and we have it in 2 languages, which is in English and Spanish on either side. That's why it's double-sided. So that. This here is showing you the options for different strap choices. And the band choices, details up at the top. That little extra piece you saw with some of the layouts. And I believe it looks like it's called a flounce, which I've only heard of a couple times before that you could choose to add. Okay, so you're going to be doing more like a modern, clean line for them. Sure, yeah, I think it'll look beautiful no matter which way you go. So, what else here? Yeah, this is going to be the instructions or the cutout if you do decide to do the capelet option. Okay? Now, take a look real quick. I'm sure you know kind of how these work from your mom. So we'll just take a quick look and then you can choose your fabric. These are much larger pieces of paper, and they are tissue paper, so don't be careful with them. Okay, so how each piece works. This is for cutting each piece that you're going to need, okay? Just if you want to take a look over here. Each piece that you choose, you're going to see right here that there is a line that you will want to cut at for each piece of the fabric. So 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and make sure you know which side right from left. And again, make sure that you kind of like write down the different pieces that you will be using somewhere for each dress. Just work on, I suggest just working on one dress at a time, okay, so that you don't get confused or anything like that. At least that's what other people who have done this before tell me is the best way. So I'll fold this back up, but that's why there's so many, because this is just for each piece. And then let me just yeah. you too. I would love if you wanted to bring it back in when it's all done and show me what you did. Okay, I'm going to fold this back up and we'll take a look at your fabrics. Did you have any other questions before I do? No? Okay. Seem to fold back up the way that they started. But the main thing is just to treat them carefully so they don't get or anything. So we'll put this all back in here. And, oh, I see. Is this the ribbon you're thinking of using? Just for some accents. Maybe under the bust or something. Beautiful. Or at the neck. Yeah. Cool. Put that down. There you go. Yeah, very nice. Beautiful. Yeah, I'll just put that back in your bag too. Very nice. And let's see here. So let's take a look. Wow. These are two very different choices. This is really pretty. Just take a look here so we can take a look. Yep, we normally cut from this side. So I know this is just for a sample, so did you just need 1 yard for now? Okay. Yeah, I think this would work so pretty on some accents. So vibrant, look at that shine. Beautiful. This is so pretty. And all the sparkles, it just looks kind of like a night sky. That's a very romantic idea. I like that. all your flowers are going to be dark blue, deep blue. Yeah, great. Lovely. Yeah, in my opinion, which I don't know all that much, but I think this will be great. And what was the gray choice for? Just compare the two. So this is kind of a more like modern option, or like kind of modern option, which is not a bad thing to contrast, you know, with the other colors. I like that it's different. It's kind of, I don't know. It's like, with that trend of passion, they're very passionate. I love contrasting colors, like gray, sky, pretty clouds, and sky. Very nice. So why don't you take a look? Which one did you think you wanted to go with? Okay. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll cut you a yard of each, and or a swatch of each actually. First, okay, yeah, we can't do that. It has to be by the yard. But these aren't too bad. This is only a few dollars per yard, and this one is a little bit more with the sparkle. But I do have a coupon that I can grab for you at the end. That will help a little bit with that. So, and then once you are sure, you can come back and get the full amount of fabric that you need. I'll just measure one here. Where did my scissors hide under here? Here they are. Yep, this is the yard mark, and I just have a great tool here for getting it straight. Now I don't normally do have the little lines, but we just kind of match this up with the edge. It's kind of one technique, but let's see here. Here's that, and I'll give you a tag for that to take up to the front. No, you won't buy the fabric here. I'll buy it up front. Okay. and then almost like wrapping paper. And just follow along that edge there. This type of fabric is always a little more difficult, but good thing is you're gonna end up, cutting it to what you need anyways. Just get it as straight as we can now. Right. Okay. So you're all set. Let me just fold this up for you. And little piece sticking. Sorry about that. Alrighty. So here are your two fabrics. Let me grab that coupon for you. So this will get you a coupon off of 40% off of a single cut of by the yard fabric. Qualifies for one item, but we do give you several coupons, so, and they are valid right now, so you'll be okay there. And thank you so much for stopping in, and I really hope that you will reach out if you need some help, and that you'll either come back in and show us your creation, or you can also post a picture of your creation up on our website, which we really appreciate you doing to show what your customers are up to. So thank you so much, and here are these for you, and your bag.